Welcome back to week 6 of my Metamorphosis Challenge, where I am gamifying the process of trying to get my mental and physical health back after breast cancer. Super quick recap of what we're trying to accomplish this week. I was aiming for a 7:30 a.m. wake up every morning. I had my 3 foundational routines, which are meant to set me up for success in the short and long term. 40 minutes of stretching every single day, although it did not have to be consecutive, and my dog Versailles was practicing the backup trick. The weekly goals were to go blueberry picking, to see the Oddysey in IMAX, and to go to the local garlic festival. For the exercise goals, I had 5 35-minute workouts throughout the week and 5 10,000 step days. As you'll see, this week started off immediately complicated by wildfire smoke. Stay tuned to see how I did despite that challenge. We are starting the week with an adventure. We are heading out to see the Oddysey in IMAX. So that was tough to watch. I think it was on purpose. It was not a fun romp of an adventure. It was not an adventure movie despite the magic. It was a pretty gritty look at how PTSD ruins people. It was a pretty gritty look at how war is hell and ruins everything, and how the ends justifies the means will destroy civilization permanently. A huge number of people die, and the movie makes really clear that all of them got what they deserved, that they earned those deaths and possibly more. Odysseus, despite his years in exile, gets off easy. You know, he gets to go home and get the girl in the end, but all of that is his fault. Anyway, Circe was 100% right. With the exception of Telemachus, I don't know that there is a likable man in the entire movie. That's not true. Synod is fine, probably because he dies before he gets a chance to commit all the crimes that all those other men committed. It becomes a beautiful piece of cinema, but it is not a fun watch. After that long, difficult-to-watch movie, I went home and fell asleep for many hours. When I finally got up, I did fit in a workout, although the dog interrupted me quite a bit. When I was finally setting up to do my stretch for the evening, the dog decided that that was it, and she climbed into my lap and would not let me up again. So we ended up just sitting there and watching an entire episode of Bob's Burgers together. And then at that point, I was so exhausted that I went back to bed again. Well, this week is starting off pretty rough. The wildfire smoke is only getting worse. It is predicted to get worse all week. It's already so bad that last night I got such a headache, I went to bed super duper early and slept for over 12 hours. There was absolutely no hope of my waking up for that 7:30 a.m. wake up time. I just felt like absolute crap. On top of that, I am starting to get the phantom pains I was warned about, where some of the nerves that were cut reawaken, find themselves attached to nothing, and just sort of cry. So, in addition to feeling like I am chewing the air that I breathe, it's not so bad that it's intolerable. It's tiring. It's exhausting. Nerve pain is pretty hard to reach with medication. I'm just not having a great set of days. When I finally did get up, I muddled my way through enough of the morning routine that I am going to count it. I did my focus hour. After a rest, I did manage to get a workout in. It was leg day. I always kind of like leg days. They're one of my favorites. I did a stretch. It was a 30-minute yoga routine, so I only have 10 minutes that I need to do later tonight, which is good because later tonight is the Stitch visit. I feel really bad because I am behind on work. I am behind even on editing and getting out last week's challenge video but I just don't think those things are in the cards for me today. I am already so worn out. Speaking of the challenge videos, I have a few cards to play. First, let's pull this week's self-care card. I was going to do it yesterday, but I went to bed from the wildfire smoke. I got That's Plenty, have the number of steps for the day, and call that good. So that would mean instead of a 10,000 step day, I could do a 5,000 step day and count it. I am putting that into my hand. There's a very high likelihood I will play that this week since we can't really go outside to walk. Speaking of playing things that will prevent me from having to go outside, I am playing Nevermind, which allows me to cancel something. And with great sadness, I am canceling fruit acquisition. No blueberry picking this week. I can't be outside for that long. Also, I have the Book It card in my hand, which lets me purchase books or stationery. I had been thinking about what I wanted to redeem this on, and I realized that I no longer have a copy of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. This is something I've always had in my household, but the freight didn't really seem worth it when I was moving internationally, so it didn't come with me. I gave it away. But now that I'm sort of reaccumulating things, I'd really like to head to a bookstore and get myself a really nice copy of the trilogy. So that may be a nice indoor outing for us to have this week. My nose is running like crazy. Tonight is the weekly visit with Versailles' bestest best bud Stitch, and I get to go see my friends too. Back up. Back up. Back up. Yes. Back up. Yes. Stand. Back. As predicted, she was not super interested in my backup nonsense, and she started volunteering other options. What the fuck was that? No. Back up. Oh, thank you. Whatever that was. Yes. Keep going. Back up. Back up. Yes. The smoke looks like thick fog outside. I can taste it in my mouth. My tongue feels gritty. We have been shut tightly in the house all day again today, and it's just going to continue like this for a while yet. And I am continuing to have some phantom pains, so that's fun and interesting. I did wake up before 7:30 this morning, so there's a win. I got through the whole of my morning routine and immediately went into my workout. Today was an arm day. I think arm days are the toughest of them all for probably obvious reasons. I do feel very uneven in my capabilities and really, really cautious about what I do. But it went okay. I was happy. I took a little bit of a break after working out to watch a little bit of Bob's Burgers. And then I did a 30-minute yoga session. It was mostly focused on twisting poses. This was another guided yoga sequence from Live in Leggings. You can find her on YouTube. She's great. We did self-care. We did a focus hour. And we did a little tiny bit of client work. At that point, I was feeling pretty toasted, so I took a little break and then I loaded the dog up into the car, just coughing our way from the front door to the car. and we drove to a local farm where I purchased a flat of blueberries. I gotta get my berry fix. They are, to my taste buds, obviously inferior to the berries that come from the Muir Blueberry Farm, but I gotta get them from somewhere. I know I'm just a berry snob, but when you eat this much fruit, you kind of get a taste for it. It is Wednesday. I am supposed to get 5 10K step days in this week, and so far I have accomplished none. In order to hit that goal, I'm going to have to hit it every single day for the rest of the week. With outdoor walks not being possible, that is feeling really, really tricksy. I am going to break out my walking pad a little bit here and see what I can get done, but I'm getting real nervous about that 10K step goal for the week. Still, maybe there's a different goal we can accomplish. Let's try a challenge card. Oh god, okay. Challenge card. I got cleanliness. This is an additional 20 minutes of cleaning and organizing. We did pull a different cleanliness card earlier in this series, but that one was just an additional 10 minutes of cleaning. I think this will be really good to help me fit more of my things around me in a less overwhelming way, since I am working with less space staying with family than I used to be. I'm going to break out the walking pad and try to finish last week's challenge video and get it out there, and then we'll see about this after dinner. Oh, for dinner, my dad is making his famous from-scratch pizza. The dough is rising right now. That is something to be excited about. Pizza, pizza. You excited for pizza? Yeah? What are you looking at? Could it possibly be pizza? It's too hot. We have to wait for it to cool. In an effort to give her some indoor entertainment, I broke out her collection of boxes so I could make her some tear-up boxes. In this game, I put a treat inside of a small box, which I put inside of a slightly bigger box, which I put inside of a slightly bigger box, and just keep putting them in boxes until I have run out of options of a suitable size. Her job is to then get at the treat in the center however she has to, whether that's tearing the boxes up or carefully taking them out from one another, whatever she can manage with her paws and teeth. This activity really does seem to tire her out. Yes! Here. Come here. Come here. Face me. Come here. After my morning routine today, I spent several hours pushing out the week 5 challenge video. Normally, I finish the editing process on Sunday and schedule it to go live on Monday. Last week was just too busy and too exhausting, and I was a little too depressed to get it done on time, and I was starting to feel really urgent that I was falling behind on this, and I didn't want the challenge itself to become part of my backlog. I just bore down and got it done, but it did take a big chunk out of my day. So it was early afternoon by the time that I actually managed to get to my workout. It's feeling good again today. There have been several days recently where the workout, it was shocking how fast the excitement of being able to move my body wore off, and it just became a chore, and I was just too tired and too overwhelmed to really want to do it. But today, it felt good. It felt really good. It was largely a body weight workout. It was supposed to be a step workout, but I didn't have a proper step, so I used a step stool, which is about twice as high as the step you would normally use in that type of class, but it was kind of fun. The stretch especially felt really good. Another live-in leggings yoga video, a solid 30 minutes of twisted poses. I feel like I'm coming out of a funk, and back to enjoying movement again, which is really good because normally that's something I enjoy a great deal. I think part of it is that when I look out the window, the sky isn't orange anymore, and it doesn't look like there is a terrible, terrible apocalyptic fog of smoke over everything. There's still a lot of air quality warnings in the area, but you can start to see the sky being blue again. I'm very hopeful that that means I won't have to wear a mask outdoors at the Garlic Festival tomorrow. After I finished up the self care routine, I did my first focus hour. Again, it feels really weird to do this late in the day, but sometimes you just gotta. It was a really high quality focus hour. I was very happy with the outcome. A couple of days ago, I ran out of my prepped meals, so today I did batch cooking. So today I did another set of batch cooking. I got out my gigantic pot and made a crap ton of soup. Once I finished all the active prep and it was just set up to simmer, I did my 20-minute cleaning challenge from that challenge card. Cleanliness down. That means we get to pull a reward card. All right, I hope it's something awesome. Yes! I got shopping spree, but it's for the dog. I'm so excited. She loves to shop, and I love to enable her. I don't know if we'll be able to do this tomorrow. Sometime this weekend for sure. I will take her to a pet store and give her a budget. This might be the best one in the deck, honestly. Versailles is about to have a play date, and I have another 30 minutes of letting my soup simmer. So I think while she's out there, I am going to knock out my evening stretch. Have I done a different challenge card this week? I'm starting to get mixed up because I'm behind on editing, but I think that that was the only challenge card that I've done so far this week. So I'm going to pull another and see what we get. Challenge card. It's back. We got big stretch again. An additional 20 minutes of stretching. That will make for a full hour of stretching today, but I think it's going to feel really nice. Tomorrow, a friend of mine has asked me to do a candle making workshop for her children. I agreed. I'm a little nervous because so much of it is just math. The actual active part of making the candle is so short. Once you've done the pour, you're mostly just waiting. So I hope they like it, but I gotta get packed up for that tonight as well. Wish me luck.
Kindly behold my pretty flowers. When I went to the grocery store to get my batch cooking supplies, they were offering half a dozen roses for just under $5, so obviously I got some, and then I rescued the non-wilted flowers from what was left over of my farmer's market bouquet from last week to join them, and I think it came out so pretty.
Okay, I did 30 minutes of stretching this morning, and I just did 30 minutes of stretching now, which puts us at that full hour and completes big stretch. That means we get to pull a second reward card today. The last one was so good, I don't know if we can top it. Okay, I got Clink. Take a friend for a fancy beverage. I have some texts to send. The last thing I need to do today for the challenge is practice with the dog when she's done with her play date. My soup is almost done. I'm going to get it into its meal prep containers and get it into the freezer, and I'm going to pack all my candle making stuff for tomorrow. Phew. See you tomorrow.
She says she's not super interested in training. She'd rather go to bed. Versailles? No train? Train now? Or sleep now? Is it time for sleep? Okay.
Did the smoke clear up for the Garlic Festival? Sort of. I wouldn't say there's no smoke, but there's definitely less smoke. With much less smoke cover, it was able to get to 95 degrees and stay there most of the day. So that was great. I felt super exhausted this morning. I ended up sleeping in until about 8:30. Not the best, but not the worst. I did about half of the morning routine because I wanted to start the self-care routine way early so that I had a lot of time for my hair to dry before I had to start running about doing things. Because the first thing that I had on my schedule this morning was going to my friend's house to do a candle making workshop for her children. I think it went okay. I'm going to go back on Monday to help them demold their decorations and show them how to thread the wicks through the flowers they made and all that kind of stuff. So I think on Monday they'll have some really nice things to show for all their work. Having made a candle is really satisfying, but the actual process of making the candle is not that much. You have to make all your plans really clear beforehand, because once you're actually pouring hot wax, there's no time to stop and think about anything. And then once it's all poured, you're just waiting. So I think it went okay. Then I raced home, I got a quick stretch in, it felt really nice. I just did about 20 minutes. And then I hopped in the car and went off to the garlic festival. Do you like my new earrings? I got them from a craft person at the Garlic Festival. Since I was already halfway there, after the Garlics Festival, I decided to make the drive and redeem my Book It reward card. I got a set of the Lord of the Rings trilogy books for my home whenever I move back to it. It's a little bit of an investment, but I'm really excited about it. And then on the way home, I had another reward card to redeem. Got myself some frozen yogurt. Since I have been out and about all day, I am well over 8,000 steps. I think we're definitely going to hit 10,000 steps today. Finally, that part of the challenge has been such a struggle all week. I'm also hoping to practice with the dog much earlier tonight so that she doesn't put herself to bed and then get real annoyed with me for asking if she wants to train. Having the backup trick fall on the schedule during the week where we're mostly trapped inside and can't practice over much distance at all. I mean, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe she set the wildfire, so that would be the case. She does not want a distance backup. That's not something she wants. I am supposed to go meet another friend briefly for a walk tonight, and then I am also supposed to watch an episode of Buffy with another friend. This is a very busy day, and I am already feeling like I could use a super duper long nap, but it's just not going to happen today. I'm definitely going to have to do some makeup work tomorrow since I basically took today off. But that's okay. It's nice to have a flexible schedule. You go. Back up. Back up. Nice try. What are you doing? Come out front and face me. Back up. Yes. This is a good balance. I'm impressed. Yes. Right. Yes. Right. Yes. Right. Yes. Right. Yes. Okay. Right. Yes. 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 Wow. Right. Yes. I once again slept in this morning, and I'm not even mad about it. Yesterday was so much stuff. I was absolutely worn out. I felt like I really earned this lie in. And it was so nice to wake up to just this beautiful, clear, sunny sky with no smoke. Well, maybe not no smoke, with very little smoke visible on the horizon. After the morning routine, we took the dog for a walk and we happened upon the prettiest little yard sale I have ever seen in my entire life. It was so cute that from a distance, I genuinely thought we were coming upon someone's front yard wedding. Part of that was that they had so many cute chairs lined up in their yard. And part of that was that they had two canopies, one for a bake sale. Plus they had decorated the whole front yard with fresh cut flowers. It was like seriously cute. And when we were approaching, everyone was coming in from one direction. So from a distance, it really did look like someone was getting married. So we actually stopped and I ended up purchasing four of those super cute chairs to store for the time when I once again have my own house back and it will need furnishing again. I also picked out a handful of other trinkets like lazy Susans, just necessary things. We finished the walk and then I went back to the yard sale with my car to pick up the things that I'd bought. And once I got everything home and brought it down to the basement to store, I was off to the grocery store to pick up yet another grocery order because I have more batch cooking to do today. When I got back and I had set the chicken to marinate, I spent several hours trying to do makeup work for all of the time that I had spent at the festival yesterday. Even though it was productivity and it was good work, I don't think it technically counts for the focus hour. The focus hour is supposed to be um, put into a long-term project that's supposed to set me up for the future. It's not just supposed to be whatever work needs doing because the due date is the soonest. So I don't think it technically counts. I'm not going to check it off, but I did get a lot of work done today. After that, I was starting to feel a little bit less sore, a little bit less tired. I'm not sure why, but I wasn't going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I got up and I did cardio. Today was supposed to be 35 minutes of cardio. I actually found my Switch in storage and we set it up. So I decided to play Just Dance for my cardio today. I was so excited to have this game back that I ended up playing for a little bit over an hour rather than the 35 minutes that were scheduled. Like it was a primo sweat. I was feeling so sweaty that I didn't even want to spend any time on the yoga mat. I just went directly into the shower afterward, went through the whole self-care routine. And by that time, I was already a little bit late even to start cooking dinner.
While dinner was simmering, I decided to practice the backup trick with her while we were in the kitchen for a little bit more space. She was once again trying to do anything but actually backing up.
I didn't ask for that, did I? Yes. Back up. No. Back up. Back up. Keep going. Keep going. Yes. So I made dinner for the whole family, and then I took the copious leftovers and stored that toward more meal prep. So between yesterday and today, I should be good on healthy meals for a little while. That plus, obviously, there will be more berries in my near future. I did just do about half an hour of stretching. It was technically a little bit longer, but also technically some of that wasn't stretching because the dog was absolutely intent on getting my attention. She started pushing around a tear-up box that I had made for her several days ago, but she had decided she no longer had the energy to do, so it had just been sitting in a corner of my room waiting for her to get to, and she decided that this was the perfect moment. And then very abruptly, she decided she was done with that. She only even got past the first layer. She didn't even want to get all the way into the treat at the center. Then she grabbed her bone and started just like pushing that onto me and dropping that onto me. And finally, she just started sort of pushing me. So I gave up on that. I took her outside for a little while. And now she is glaring daggers at me from bed. She really thinks that I should go join her. I might attempt that final 10 minutes of stretching before I pass out tonight, but I think that that is likely to be overruled. And of course, tomorrow is her class, so I'll see you tomorrow. I did it. I got out of bed with like 30 seconds to spare before 7:30 a.m. this morning. I am actually super surprised that we managed to hit that goal because I did not sleep well last night. I am exhausted. Today is not technically a workout day, but I had so much fun playing Just Dance yesterday that I decided I was going to do it again this morning right after the morning routine. So I did that for about 45 minutes this morning. I tried to go a little bit easier than I did yesterday because my left knee, is still a little bit alarmed about something that I did while playing Rasputin yesterday. Clearly, all out Just Dancing is something that I need to work back up to. After that, I went to take a shower and do the self care routine, and then I took the dog to do her shopping spree. Hey, Versailles, do you want to go on a walk? Go on a shopping spree? Yeah, you want to go on a shopping spree? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we're going in. Versailles, your budget is $25, okay? All right, you ready? $25, go! Hi. Very well. She's refusing to shop until she gets her sample.
We are a free shopping treat, don't we?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yay!
You see?
Oh, is that some rubber butt nonsense? There you go. That's better. Okay, you ready to shop?
Oh, we got a little too excited on that second one, huh?
I got too excited. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Of course.
You ready, Versailles? You ready to shop? She wants one. I know. You want a kneecap, huh? Is that one? Yeah, that one. Okay, we'll get one of these. What else? Anything else? Yeah, you found some free samples. Yes, okay. You have a kneecap. You've got pumpkin cookies. Are you done? Are you happy with your purchases? Yeah? Okay, let's check out. Okay. Thank you. Now she wants to get home as fast as possible because she doesn't get any of her goodies until she's taken them home. I gave her a budget of $25. She ended up spending about $15 once she had selected a duck head, which is weird and gross, and a kneecap, which is one of her favorite pet store purchases. She was pretty much done. I did ask her to walk around, see if there was anything else that she wanted, and she did eventually decide that she wanted some pumpkin cookies. So I got her about a pound of pumpkin cookies out of the bulk treat area. When we got home, she was suddenly not interested in them anymore, even though she acted crazy excited for them in the store. I gave her several opportunities to have a pumpkin cookie this morning, and she would politely take them from me and then just place them down on the floor. I was starting to get a little frustrated with her about this, but she told me on her board, Stitch Food, so I guess this was a purchase made for her friend. Which, you know what? Perfectly valid use of her shopping spree budget. Very kind and considerate of her. Then I loaded her up into the cart and we headed off to class. She had a really good time, although I could tell that she was on the tired side. It seemed like her back haunches were a little bit sore. I guess because she has been offering me that standing on her hind legs trick instead of backing up. And indeed, when I tried to get her to practice backing up in class, she immediately started offering other tricks, including that standing on her hind legs thing. The instructor did not seem to fully believe me that she was doing this on purpose, but I swear she is doing it to get out of backing away from me. We are home. She has a play date lined up for this evening. I am going to attempt to get some stretching done, although I think what may happen is I may end up taking a nap. This has just been a really big, busy weekend for me. If not a nap, then I cannot wait for bedtime. All right, before I sign off, let's take a quick look ahead to next week. I can't believe this, but we're already reaching week 7, and the halfway point of this challenge is in week 7. So I am creeping that wake up time down to 7 a.m. I am concerned about this because I struggled so hard to make 7:30 a.m. all week, but we'll see what we can get done. We're sticking with 40 minutes of stretching at some point throughout the day, doesn't have to be consecutive. We're again adding another 5 minutes to our exercise goal. So next week we're aiming for 5 days that contain 40-minute workouts. The step count goal is staying the same for week 7. My heart may be broken again, but we are once again going to attempt to go peach picking. I also have a ticket to an art exhibition in Portland called Shifting Realities. I don't know too much about it, but it does sound interesting. And since the dog invented a trick to offer us this week, I've actually added that to the schedule. So I pushed out the parkour trick, and we're going to work on her hind leg stand trick that she invented for us this next week. We'll see how long she can get that balance going. I think it's been really obvious that I have been improving over the course of this challenge. My stamina is going up. But that said, I did struggle with feeling exhausted and sore for most of the days of this week. Some of that can be chalked up to the smoke, but some of that is just plain old exhaustion. I am mentally preparing myself to be ready to play self-care cards to try and keep this from becoming too much. In particular, I think the I had cancer or I had an amputation card may come in handy, so I'm keeping these, on quick draw. Thank you once again for spending time with me this week and for cheering me on. I hope your week was beautiful and healing. See you next week.